All right. Hope you can see my screen now.
Yes, we can see you.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for your time to join us today. My name is Hardeep. I'm a senior technical account manager with the AWS. Been with AWS for last 3 years. Have total 25 plus years of experience. Have seen all kind of industries. Worked with the retail, finance, banking, and finally in cloud serving the customers. With me, I got Gulab, and we'll be talking about Flexport's database transformation journey. We'll be looking into how did we uh, help Flexport save money at the same time, improve their security and their efficiency as well. With that, I'll hand over to Gulab. Gulab.
Thank you, Hardeep. Good morning, everybody. As Hardeep said, my name is Gulab Sachanandani. I've been with Flexport as a senior cloud database engineer for 2+ years. I have overall like 12+ years in the database industry, working, uh, public cloud, enterprise, different kind of databases. Think of all the challenges data and database related. I just love it. So we can share our journey and experience with Flexport. So what is Flexport? A lot of people talk about. Flexport is a freight forwarding and logistics company. Some people call us correctly, think of us as operating system for global trade. We help, reimagine how goods move around the world. We make global trade easy and accessible for everyone so that more and more people can find it easy to use more of it, and help goods and services move around. Some more about us is we have more than 10,000 plus customers, connected to over 500K network entities. We are a comprehensive logistics platform in the end-to-end supply chains, ship to and from anywhere, track everything. We have 5 warehouses within US, totaling about 5 million square feet of fulfillment space. We offer real-time SKU-level shipment visibility via global logistics platform. We facilitate 2-day nationwide ground shipping for fulfillment customers. In terms of scale and complexity, we have a global reach. Flexport moves over $19 billion of merchandise annually across 112 countries, serving 10,000 plus customers and suppliers, from startups to mid-sized Fortune 500 companies. We have integrated logistics platform. We coordinate end-to-end shipping from factory floor to customer door, combining ocean, air, trucking, customs, and fulfillment on a single technology platform. In terms of operational resilience, we handle diverse regulations, tariffs, and market conditions globally, using data-driven tools and advanced automation to manage logistics complexity for thousands of businesses. In terms of data and visibility, we offer SKU-level shipment tracking, automated customs documentation, and real-time updates, streamlining even the most complex international supply chains. And I mentioned earlier, we have 5 warehouses within US. We have a big fulfillment network, operating about 5 million square feet of fulfillment space, supporting B2B, business to business, and D2C, direct to consumer orders, with rapid 2-day shipping promises and deep integrations with 30 plus e-commerce tools. So we talk about, the catalyst for change, what happened, what we do. We've been partners, with AWS and Flexport for like 10 plus years. This multi-year partnership between AWS TAM and Flexport started with some simple ideas and clear goals, saying how we align with Flexport business outcomes, simplicity, standardization, consolidation. So in about January 2024, we had about 1,100 plus databases with different flavors, releases, sizes, challenges, across 100 plus AWS accounts operating in different regions. You can imagine, we had challenges of visibility, control, management, support, and some other ones. So what do we do? How do we do it? we decided to go with scale without disruption. We modernize the database infrastructure while maintaining 24/7 global operations. We optimize the spend. We eliminated extended support costs, about 170K or so, and reduced operational expenses. Think consolidation, upgrades, deprecation, etc. We minimize the management overhead, automated routine tasks, and streamlined database operations, like monitoring, patching, storage scaling, etc. We improved operational visibility by enabling comprehensive monitoring, alerts, and proactive issue resolution. And also, we strengthened security posture. We implemented robust security controls like encryption, ACLs, etc., and ensure compliance requirements, which is also equally important. And finally, we have enhanced support model, where we establish efficient support process and reduce time to resolution. So as we've been talking about, modernization in motion, that we call. The three pillars we talked about was migration, performance, and security. Those were the ones we have focused on. As we touched briefly on, how do we do this migration approach? We had like 1,100 plus DBs, across all different environments, shape sizes. So we had a phased migration strategy to minimize business disruption. We started with simple, non-critical workload, do POC testing, looked at different tools and options. For example, AWS DMS for copy, zero-time migrations. But we knew one size won't fit all. In terms of database upgrades, we looked at blue-green deployment model and in-place upgrades. So again, they have their own advantages and some limitations. So we did evaluate it and used which worked best for the scenario. And also, we had a proliferation of database. So we looked at consolidation along with the upgrades together. We leveraged read replicas for zero downtime cutovers. And we automated schema and data validation parts. For the performance optimization part, we looked at everything holistically, look at CPU, memory, storage, etc. So one of the things that stood out and recommended by AWS was, migration and Graviton adoption strategy, which was very helpful. It helps reduce cost about 30% compared to x86 instances, and also help improve throughput for read-heavy workloads. And for the most part, this is still in progress. For the most part, we've had zero application code changes. So it's just like very easy, very helpful. And also looked at instant write sizing, automated scaling based on workload patterns, even storage optimization from GP2 to GP3, and finally, query performance tuning and index optimization. And the third pillar was security improvements. We enable encryption at rest for all critical production databases, reviewed and updated access controls, worked with IAM authentication for database access, implemented, which AWS recommends, the least privilege model. Updated and improved monitoring, enhanced monitoring with CloudWatch metrics integration, real-time alerting for security events, audit logging with retention policies. So from there, I would hand over to Hardeep to continue this journey and share our plan for the future for database and infrastructure within Flexport. Thank you.
Thank you, Gulab. Yeah, after working for 1.5 years on these optimizations, we are proud to share the results. We improved Flexport's DB security posture, as Gulab mentioned. Flexport implemented RDS storage encryption on every critical database, meeting or exceeding many current and future compliance requirements. Flexport implemented deletion protection on all mission critical databases. This avoids any accidental deletion and outages. We identified databases that were publicly accessible. We ensured Flexport had security groups to tightly control the access before they were finally moved to private subnets. Flexport did database consolidation. This reduced database footprint from 1,100 databases to 600 databases. And this all happened within 1.5 years. DB consolidation not only resulted in reduced costs, but it also reduced the complexity and management overhead. Flexport improved its operational efficiency and reduced database incident by 60%, automated most of the routine maintenance tasks and monitoring. We implemented monitoring and alerting in Flexport. This standardized the operations across all regions. Flexport also improved its resiliency. All critical databases are now multi-AZ, and they got performance gains along with high availability. Less critical databases, they have defined backup strategy. They have defined RPO, RTOs. Critical databases are regularly backed up using AWS backup. These backups are stored in a different region for resiliency purposes. These backups are tested regularly. On cost optimization front, as Gulab mentioned, we were able to save about 170K on extended support cost. There were databases when we started that were already on extended support, and Flexport was spending a lot of money on extended support. Given the scale, 1,100 databases, 36 regions, 100 plus accounts, it was difficult to kind of get control of everything, but we worked together and we were able to achieve it. 170K savings just in extended support cost. We reduce infrastructure cost via Graviton adoption. Flexport was able to see roughly 30% improvement in query response times. Flexport moved DBs to GP3 storage. They are able to get better price performance, and they have additional control over scaling parameters. With that, I would like to share some key learnings. We call it the success framework or blueprint for success that you can take and replicate in your environments. So we start with visibility. We call it like you can't improve what you can't see, or if you can't measure, you can't manage, right? To enhance your monitoring capabilities with CloudWatch, QuickSight dashboards, right? You can implement some of the readily available dashboards. These dashboard helps you to gain control and identify problems. For example, there is a available dashboard for extended support. There is a dashboard available for Graviton savings. And there is also a dashboard available for AWS health events. With health events, you can see in the future what database maintenance activities are planned and what database is going end of life, right? What version is going end of life. So it keeps us to stay ahead of the game. Establishing performance baseline for your DBs. Make sure you know what your DBs should be performance level should be, right? Implement alerting mechanisms. Automate the resolution. Implement circuit breaker and retries at application levels. If automation is unable to resolve any problem, make sure you have a way to escalate it quickly and some human gets in the loop and resolves the problem. Ensure you have comprehensive logging strategy too, right? Second item is identifying high impact opportunities. Focus on what matters most. Define what success looks like. If cost optimization is the focus, set your cost optimization targets. If performance gains is the focus, identify performance bottlenecks and fix them proactively. Now, if you have some databases that are over provisioned, there is the opportunity to save cost. Right? If you have databases under provisioned, there is the opportunity to improve the performance. If you have security improvement in the focus, do a security gap assessment. Next is leverage your TAM. As an enterprise support customer, one of the best offering AWS has along with enterprise support is TAMs. We say don't navigate it alone. Imagine a iceberg and understand that your TAM sees only what is above the water. The more you talk to your TAM, the more you share with him, the more he can see this iceberg, the more he can provide inputs to solve your business needs. Meet weekly or bi-weekly with your TAM. Discuss the focus areas. The focus areas we talked in this one, right? Identifying high impact opportunities. Discuss those focus areas with your TAM. Your TAM can help to bring specialists who can align you with AWS best practices. These meetings could be a good place to do a roadmap discussion with the service team and getting some help or specific insights from AWS SMEs. And next is test with confidence. Validate before you migrate. TAMs can help in solidification of proof of concept models. Use these POCs to start with staged load testing. Ensure you have a robust rollback plan. And implement and evolve. Success is iterative, right? Use phased deployment strategy. Ensure there is a continuous feedback collection loop. Keep implementing the feedback in the workflow that you are regularly working on. Implement regular metric reviews. This framework helped Flexport in consolidating its DB footprint by about 50%. You saw we went down from 1100 to about 600. This also not only reduced the footprint by 50%, it also helped to improve security, performance. It significantly reduced the per unit cost for Flexport. These bi-weekly meetings with Flexport, they they help them keep ahead of the operational challenges while they are hyper focused on business innovation. With so much already done, we look at the future of databases. In Flexport, there are four pillars that we are focusing on. The first pillar is transform with confidence. We also call it automate your evolution. The key tenets for this one are proactive lifecycle management. We would like to emphasize how this approach ensures Flexport's system and applications stay current and secure by anticipating changes before they become issues. It includes scheduled update, version control, end-to-end visibility to maintain the system health continuously. The second tower in this one is automated health monitoring. Highlight the benefits of real-time system health checks, alerts that help detect anomalies and performance degradation early. Automation here reduces the manual effort and speeds up the response time to maintain uptime, making this part of every database onboarding. We made sure every database that Flexport is spinning up or doing maintenance on, it is the health monitoring is part of the onboarding process itself. Continuous validation and testing. Explain the performance of integrating regular automated testing and validation through development and deployment cycles. This practice guarantees that new changes meet quality standards and do not disrupt existing functionality. The second pillar is modernize with purpose. We call it build for tomorrow. We the key tenets for this are intelligent connection management, for example, using RDS proxy to optimize database connection to improve application scalability, reduce latency, enhance resilience to database failures. Zero downtime deployments, right? Deploying new databases without interrupting services, ensuring seamless user experience and business continuity. Innovation driven architecture leverages modern technologies and patterns to drive agility and foster new capabilities. Future ready infrastructure, uh, building infrastructure that can easily adopt to evolving business requirements, scale efficiently, and integrate emerging technologies. The third pillar is unifying the operation. Think of it as one view total control. Key tenets for this are cross account, cross region visibility. This provides advantage of monitoring and managing resources across multiple accounts, geographies, uh, regions, single pane of glass, basically, improving the control and governance. Rich database insights with CloudWatch. CloudWatch provides deep metrics, logs, alarm, empowered data-driven operations, decision and performance optimization. Centralized management console. Looking forward to efficiency gains from managing all database resources and operations centrally, reducing complex, complexity and simplifying operations. AI powered automation, for example, using the tools like MCP. We are getting ready to introduce machine learning and AI capabilities to automate routine cognitive tasks, predictive maintenance, operational optimization to reduce manual intervention and errors. And the fourth and the final pillar is accelerate with intelligence. This is where speed meets the precision. For this, tenants are ML driven operations using machine learning algorithm to analyze operational data to predict issues, optimize performance, and reduce and guide decision making. A rapid incident detection and response, enhancing the ability to quickly identify and mitigate incidents through automated learning and remediation, minimizing the downtime and impact. Optimized resource utilization, automated monitoring and scaling the compute and storage resources, reducing the cost and improving system responsiveness. Automated problem solving, designing and implementing automated workflows that can not only detect but also solve common problems without human involvement, freeing up the team to focus on strategic initiatives. To achieve these objectives and accelerate the innovation, Flexport and AWS are working closely on potential use of AWS operations on demand. By partnering with Flexport, we are not just upgrading the databases, we are transforming the future of database management at scale. Feedback from Flexport has helped our service team to reimagine database management at scale and has provided an opportunity to take a fresh look at potential solutions. With that, I would like to thank you for listening to Flexport's DB transformation journey and results of our partnership. I hope you enjoyed this session and our blueprints of success will help you in replicating this in your environments too. We would love to get your feedback so that we can make these meetups even better in the future. Please let us know if you have any questions.
Great presentation, Deep and Gulab. Thanks for sharing the insight there. I'll start off. Gulab, this is a complex undertaking. We understand there are 1,100 plus databases. How much of that fleet was production versus how much of that percentage wise? And second question is, this was a 18-month journey. And within that journey there have been multiple database version upgrades happening. Has it happened that you were in the middle of that migration journey and you had to start over again where you, for some of those databases there? I'll pause here.
Yeah, great question. I don't have exact numbers, but roughly, yeah, 30 to 40% production, and the rest were, yeah, development staging. And we talked briefly about, no, we did through cycles, yeah, we would do POC, development staging, and production in that order. And then generally, yeah, it works, but there's still some issues, you may see in production, you may or may not have seen in the lower environments. So you just have to be ready for those. The other part, I would say, which, yeah, I mean, it's generally we were able to catch it and track it before the lower environments. We did run into some issues, with blue-green deployments, which this is like a year and a half, almost a year plus ago, where blue-green works, but it has certain limitations, so to speak. I mean, for example, if your data connector, replication slot, you have to either clean them up, drop them, or find a way to pause it. And the other part is, yeah, when you're doing the switchover, the activity within on your blue, you have to make sure it's either reduced or slow, and then you drain the while so that there's no lag sync. So some of those issues, I think, yeah, we had to address those.
Yeah, and on the version updates, it did happen. Sometimes we were working on a database and there were new versions available, right? So to stay ahead of the update race, right? So we didn't just update only one version. We made sure when we are touching a database, we did these updates and took those databases to the newest available versions This ensured we had enough runway to keep doing the work of optimization that Gulab and I were working on.
That's great. Anybody else with the questions, please can unmute and ask. Gulab, as you retrospect on your journey there, were there any issues or situations that you did not plan for, and how did you overcome that?
That's a good stuff. I think yeah, it's really hard to plan for everything, But then the other thing I would say is, yeah, run through different iterations. Try to have very similar thing in lower environments, version-wise. Some of the dependencies you have, some of the Postgres. Trying to think of the words. Different things come with specific version. Make sure it's there, and then activity load-wise. So yeah, I mean it's hard, But the point is, you try to reduce the challenges and disruption in production by trying to repeat as many things as you can in lower environments. And then other good thing is if you do, I think I mentioned briefly, was there are two parts. One is in place upgrade, or the other is blue green deployment. In place, yeah, if you have time with downtime, makes it a little easier, simpler, versus blue green deployment. Yes, it gives you less downtime, but yeah, you need to test all the different scenarios. The advantage there being, if it doesn't work, I mean, you have the so-called switch over time. You can always go back. Your production is functional in the blue environment.
And then, Gulab, my name is Ayush. You mentioned blue-green deployments and downtime, and you mentioned about 40% to 50% of the 1100 databases that you have were in production environment. So do you have any measures in place apart from the iterations that you do to test the resiliency of your production network to make sure you have the performance that you need at all levels or in different regions?
We do, I mean, for the most part, yeah, we have different AZs we used. We don't have a lot of them across regions for different reasons. I mean, cost is one part. The other is all the other related infrastructure you need, with the flow. And we've been through some DR testing cycles. So yeah, that's also a work in progress. And we're looking at things that holistically. Not just obviously database is a key part. You look at other related support infrastructure also has to have, the DR resiliency, other aspects.
And so from this DR journey so far, are there any key learnings that you can share, maybe the top two or top three that others should look at before they find them?
One thing which is, I think, Hardeep, we touched on, yeah, make sure you work with your AWS TAM, the experts, look at, best practices. Secondly, test it. Yeah, see where and how it fits in. I mean, obviously, in theory, yeah, you would want all your production databases having all DR failover option, but in reality, it's not possible. There's cost, resource, other factors. So yeah, narrow down specific ones which you can and should do. And third thing is do types of DRs, like scale down, smaller, simpler tests. Uh, and then, yeah, once you have it working, make sure you do it yearly basis. Have your simple DR tests running.
Gotcha. Thank you.